Political Buzz is your rapid-fire look at the best political topics of the day. 3 questions and 30 seconds on the clock. And playing today with us, Democratic National Committee member Robert Zimmerman, Republican strategist and columnist for The Hill newspaper Cheri Jacobus, and Patricia Murphy, the founder and editor of Citizen Jane Politics and a contributor to the Daily Beast. First question, panel. CNN hosts the Republican national security debate starting tonight at 8 Eastern, as you all know. Now, who benefits the most and who has the most to lose? Robert, I'll start with you.
Okay. Well, what makes this debate so exciting and so unpredictable is if they have a credible, rational discussion of foreign policy like internationalists like Newt Gingrich and Mitt Romney could do, they lose their Republican caucus and primary voters, their Republican base. So as a consequence, I think you're going to see a lot more of irrational discussions where Newt Gingrich is talking about zeroing foreign aid to countries like Israel, where Mitt Romney promised that, in fact, he would guarantee no nuclear weapons in Iran, where Herman Cain said the Taliban was in Libya, which was news to the Taliban. So I'm betting on irrationality over credibility.
Cheri, what do you think?
Well, I would disagree totally. I think that Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich especially are the ones that are going to have a great deal of credibility. They're the ones everybody is looking at right now. Newt Gingrich probably has the most to gain and the most to lose. The debates are his strength. Obviously, I don't expect him to make any mistakes or to have any gaps, but if he would, I guess he would be the one we would expect to lose the most. But I don't think there's any expectation that he'll mess up. So he's going to do very well. Mitt Romney will do very well. Michelle Bachmann, Santorum, et cetera. So I think it'll be a very strong debate, and I think that the Democrats have something to be very, very worried about.
All right, some optimism there from Cheri. Patricia.
Well, I think it's obvious that Newt Gingrich certainly does have the most to gain. He's just edging up to the top of these polls. This is where he could close the door on his rivals. He is so well versed in foreign policy. I think Jon Huntsman also has a former ambassador to 2 countries, is so well versed in foreign policy, knows so much about what he's talking about. He just hasn't broken out a lot, really, at all. If he's going to, it's going to be at this debate. The person who has the most to lose definitely is Herman Cain. He cannot afford one single slip up, but if the past tells us anything about the future, he's going to be in a lot of danger tonight.
All right, thanks. Question number 2. Newt Gingrich is on top in a new CNN poll. What does he have to do with 24%, 20% for Romney? What does he have to do to sustain this lead? Cheri, I'll start with you.
You know, I think what he has to do is be consistent with these excellent performances like he's had in every debate. This is a guy who nobody expected to be in this position, although we all agreed he was pretty much the best one on this stage. So his entire candidacy has been built and built up for all the right reasons, out of competency, out of being competent on the issues, knowing what he's talking about. He doesn't have to have slogans. He doesn't have to have gimmicks. So, you know, if he just keeps going and going like this, he really kind of lifts everybody up, but especially himself.
All right, Patricia, your thoughts?
I think Newt Gingrich actually has a real problem with his past and what he's trying to do in the future. He has taken several positions that are totally anathema to the conservative base. He supported TARP. He was an advisor to Freddie Mac, which is something that conservatives have a huge problem with. He supported an individual mandate for health care insurance. So I actually don't know exactly how he goes forward with this much scrutiny, with conservatives watching him so closely, but he needs to figure out a way to tell those conservatives what I did in the past, that's not what I'm going to do in the future. That's what Mitt Romney's also trying to do, and it's not working for him either.
And Robert.
Okay. Well, realistically, what Newt Gingrich has got to do to stay on top is keep Herman Cain and Rick Perry in the race. The reality is the issues you outlined before, Patricia, are where Mitt Romney, where Newt Gingrich, for example, advocated TARP or climate change or talked about the housing crisis. He's now flipped on all those issues. So the reality is, for Newt Gingrich, he's got to keep changing the topic. Today it's child labor law. Now he's talking about repealing that and putting kids to work. That's his strategy for staying on top. Keep ducking and keep changing the topic.
Okay, your buzzer beater, 20 seconds each. Last night, candidate Michelle Bachmann played One Word with Jimmy Fallon. It's when you say one word and